Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Prompt Me, Please. Happy New Year, y'all. I am on season 2 of Prompt Me, Please podcast. Give it up, give it up. Okay. So I am here to inspire you to think different, do different, so you could become different. And I have a guest today. I'm always super, super excited about the guests that I bring on the show because I always say the guests that I bring on the show, I want the world to know. In this particular episode, brings about a serious tone, but also we express nothing but gratitude for him to be able to come on here and share his story. 2025 was the year that changed everything for a lot of people in many different ways. But this story that we are about to share will blow your mind. And so I bring to you, without further ado, Brandon Hooks. This is my brother, y'all.
What's up? What's up?
How you feeling, brother?
I'm good. I'm
That's
blessed.
good.
I'm blessed for real.
You know, I didn't expect you to say yes as quickly as you did.
I didn't either. I mean, how 2025, I mean, I ain't gonna say kicked off, but how it ended in the middle of the year, in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
It was just like world stop.
Yeah.
It's just like in a instant.
Yes.
That's why it seemed like a long time, going through what I went through.
Yeah.
But if you really look at it,
yeah,
it was short.
Yeah.
But it was like God moving.
Yes. Yes.
Like, it was crazy.
And before we even jump into it, just let the world know, how do we know each other?
Well, you are my brother's wife.
Yes.
William, we call him Dion. I'm
the only one in the family that call him Will.
Right.
Will.
We call him Dion. I call him Munch. That's my brother. So
yes.
I met you through him, and ever since then, we've been rocking. And
we've
it
been
seemed
locked
like
in.
We've been around each other our whole life and didn't even know it. I knew your older brother. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
grew up on the west side of Chicago.
On the west side of Chicago. Bounced around as a kid.
Yeah.
Grew up on the west side. Yeah. Shout out to Austin.
Okay. Austin community stand. I mean, west side period stand up. You already know how we coming to 90 crazy. Okay. All right. Bringing it back.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So 2025 was the year that changed everything for you. And if you had to describe that year in one word or phrase, what would it be and why?
I would say it'd be 2 words.
Okay.
It'd be silent chaos. For real. It was like silent chaos because it was building up to something that none of us knew about. Even with, doing right, healthy wise, we're trying. Everybody tried.
Yeah.
Their best for. But it was just crazy. And how it came about, it just stopped everything. It was dramatic.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking, because I couldn't be around family.
Yeah.
That's what I'm used to, being around my wife,
always.
being around my kids, being around y'all,
my
nephews. So it was just like, once that happened, I felt like I'm alone, but all the support that was around, how
that
y'all
felt good.
how everybody just gathered and always just was there.
Yeah. Something that I always told you though, I'm like, we see how you ride for the people that you love and your commitment, your loyalty, it exudes who you are, how you show up for people. So it's like when you have somebody in your life like that, in their time of need, it's time for you to reciprocate that. Yeah, give me that.
I feel that. Yeah.
So you deserve that 100% because we see how you ride for everybody else. So it was good for us to be the big siblings. How I like to say, I'm like, although I'm the little sister, but I had my moments where I had to big sister you, or same thing, for Will. So if you could give your experience of what you went through and how it inspired you a song, what would that song be?
Well, that's crazy because remember when we was going back and forth when I was in the hospital, he was like, give me a song.
That's right.
And the one song that always get me going anyway, even before the heart attack, was 2 Trains. I like to take it one day at a time. Just every day taking it just one day at a time. Focus on what's in front of you. Yeah. And we talked about that.
Yeah.
How I was always thinking, future and never looking like what was in front of you. So you had to slow that down.
Yeah.
And while we
one
on
day
that,
at
I
a
want to give you your
time.
big ups too.
Oh,
Your big ups.
please. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I always tell you, you inspired me to get out there and want to be an entrepreneur. Like when you did it, when you jumped and took that leap of faith, I was just like, I gotta go too.
Yeah.
I gotta go too. So I want to give you your flowers for sure.
You did
being
it.
that inspiration. For real, for real.
Gratitude, brother. I love you. And I love y'all. And so I think that it's important, to take us back to last summer before everything changed. What was life like? What you was doing? What you was focused on? And like, where was your mind then before you had to pivot?
Man, life was good. I mean, everybody got their ins and outs.
Yeah.
Everybody go through stuff. The little things. Everybody had their little problems or whatever. But besides all that, life was just great.
Yeah.
Layla was working on her game. Really pushing herself. She had really dived into basketball herself.
Yeah.
Braden was finding himself growing, developing.
Yeah.
Using more of his content. Just being him.
Yeah.
Me and my wife pouring into each other. So
Yeah.
it was going good. I had landed another good job I had been in. And then,
so you like things were on the up and up.
Focused on basketball, giving back to the community, teaching the girls, it was fun.
Yeah, you were a coach.
Yeah, just being a part of that, being a part of my daughter's life and just being there to help her push and what she want to do and just, being a mentor to the young kids.
Yeah.
It was going really good. And then just, I can't say it enough, like just world just stopped. Like, it was crazy, man.
Yeah. So when you first noticed something was off with you, was it a whisper that your body was giving you, or did it hit you out of nowhere?
Nah, I would say that Tuesday before, because it was July 19th when I went to the hospital. So that 14th, 15th, it was like a Monday. I was getting ready to lay down because I had to go to work the next morning. And
regular routine.
Regular routine. As soon as I laid down, boom, I got shortness of breath. I'm like telling Lauren, like, yo, I can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? She like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know. It just got shortness of breath. So I sat up, did the end. That whole thing, trying to calm down, right?
Calm down.
But not thinking nothing, so did that, brought myself back together, laid down. Come Wednesday, we were preparing, Thursday night, me and Lauren was preparing ourselves for Friday afternoon. So the girls, they run a lemonade stand.
Right.
Shout out to Luscious Lemonade.
Talking about Luscious Lemonade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They've been doing good too. So we were going to do a pop-up lemonade at the job. And so the night before, I'm loading up the car with tables, chairs, all the equipment and stuff. I get shortness of breath again. I'm like, man, like, what's going on? Like, I had to stop. Like, I picked up the table and walked like 3 steps, and I had to just stop.
Yeah.
And just, like, this don't feel right.
Right.
I told, Lauren was right there again. I'm telling her, like, something ain't right, So I'm like, all right, let me just catch my breath. And I did, caught my breath, sat down, reset, got back up, finished. Next morning, get up. I'm fine. I'm totally
regular
moving
day.
around. Yeah, moving, doing my thing at the job. Lauren them show up at 1 o'clock. We do the setup. Boom, again. Shortness of breath. But now I'm drenched in sweat. Like,
really? Okay.
like I'm heavy set,
Yeah.
Like I
You
just
like,
ate or
wait a
something.
minute.
Like what's going on? So
yeah.
I get in the car, cool down. I'm like, man, something.
Because it is hot outside.
It did get hot. It was like 89 degrees that
It
day. It
is
was one of them
summer.
hot. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I sat down again, reset, got myself together. And on Fridays I host practice. So left the gig, feeling good after I done reset, took some breaths, get to practice, I'm not feeling good again. But at the practice, now it's different. I ended up vomiting.
Wow.
I vomited twice.
So it's like the symptoms are coming.
Yeah,
and
they
every
coming.
time it's something different added on.
Exactly. And this is
Wow.
all within this week.
Wow.
So it's July 18th. It's the Friday, the Saturday before everything changed.
Yeah.
So I host practice, get through that. We get home. I just instantly lay down. Like, something ain't right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just not feeling good. Maybe it's something I ate earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know what
A
it
bug.
is.
I'm getting sick.
Something.
Yeah.
So lay down. But then the vomiting would not stop. I mean, I probably was vomiting from like 9 p.m. all the way to 1 a.m.
Really?
Just like nonstop. Like every 20, 30 minutes, I'm just, to the point where it's just like now it's stomach violence. So,
because you got nothing left in you.
exactly.
Ain't no solids coming
Ain't
out.
nothing coming out now. So Lauren was like, forget this. Get the keys, put some clothes on, let's go. So we hurry up, we get up, we rush to Amherst. They ask you all your symptoms and stuff. So I give, tell them everything what's going on. So they wanted to run, what do you call that? The CT scan and X-ray to see what was going on. So the X-ray really didn't show nothing, but when they ran the CT scan, she came back in the room with another doctor and was like, we're going to call in a surgeon because we think we got some blocked arteries. Our instinct was like, blocked arteries?
You're like, excuse me?
Right. And like, I'm not even, it's not hitting me yet. So within like 30 minutes, Amherst not that big, so they got to bring in a cardiovascular surgeon. Within 30 to 40 minutes, I'm in surgery because they have to put this
at Amherst Hospital.
At Amherst, yeah. They got to put this. It's kind of like this life support system on my heart. It's called an impeller machine, where it pumps the heart. So they come in and do that, and I wake up like a day and a half later, and I can't sit up because they went through my groin. So I'm, like, what's going on? Everybody around, my auntie around, godmama around, Lauren there, her mom there, and I'm just laying on my back like,
what's up?
What is up? Like, I understand this clogged arteries, but why I can't sit up? Like, what's going on? And Lauren explained it to me like, yeah, it's bad. Like, you got 2 blocked arteries that is nothing is passing through. You got 1 good artery, and then you got your 3rd artery is kind of blocked, but it's there. So basically, I was working on a half a heart and didn't even know it.
So let me stop you right there because I want to back up to when the doctor comes back and when the person who did the scan comes back with the doctor. Did they tell you it's bad, or they like
whatever they seen?
We're concerned.
Yeah, whatever they seen, they wanted to bring in a surgeon. They wanted to bring in cardiovascular doctors. Right away.
Yeah. And then you go into surgery. You say about 30, 40 minutes later.
Well, they bring me. They hurry up. They get me undressed.
Yeah.
They like, we're gonna bring in a surgeon.
It's moving fast.
It's moving fast. It's moving really fast to the point where when I woke up, I just didn't remember everything that happened.
Because how long were you out after the surgery?
I believe it was like a day.
In and out. But you don't remember nothing.
I really don't. I remember my auntie saying, you look bad, but you're going to be okay. Because I can't see myself. I'm laying down. I was told I was all swole. I had fluid all over me. My eyes was all yellow, distorted. I just looked out of it. And then by me, I couldn't sit up. I was getting frustrated. Like, why can't I sit up? Like, I want to sit up.
Because you just so used to moving.
Yeah.
Busybody.
Exactly. Exactly. So.
Yeah.
It was hard.
So you woke up, you see your family around you, and your wife explains to you pretty much what's going on, what's taking place in your mind once you hear, like this is your wife breaking the news to you.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Kind of scared because it's the heart, and then with a family history of my mom, my grandma, reality really set in. Like, I always tell Lauren, like, I'm scared to go because I feel like I ain't been here long enough to teach my kids what it is, what life is, and what you need, these tools in life and how to move around. I always tell Lo that I don't want to leave this earth without letting them know from us what to do.
Because in a sense, you felt like your mission as a dad,
is to be that.
And you like, hold on, this I can't check out. What's
exactly.
Okay. And so when you realized that this wasn't just a scare and this was something that was seriously wrong, when did the words or the diagnosis of you needing a heart transplant come into play?
Like I said, Elmhurst's not that big. So within when I woke up, within a couple of hours, I was being transferred to Loyola Medical.
Okay. So Elmhurst performs the surgery?
Yeah, to put
the emergency surgery.
Yeah, to put the impeller on my heart. It's like basically a life support system for somebody that's, alive, but like need more assistance. So the impeller goes in through your artery, whether through your groin or through your, your shoulder or whatever. And it just helps pump the heart. So when I got to Loyola, I was still on my back, still laying
Yeah.
down, but they wanted to do another surgery. They wanted to take the impeller out of my hip, out of my groin to my shoulder, so I can sit up, eat,
Okay.
stuff like that. So that was the second surgery.
Okay. Okay.
Within them couple of days,
Within a couple of days,
I done
two
had
surgeries.
2 surgeries already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you tell the people that you love? So we're thinking about, godmama, aunties, wife. Where are your children?
They came. They really didn't know.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to scare them
Yeah.
either. So they knew something was wrong, but they didn't know the extent of what was wrong. So.
And how was that in regards to now you're in the hospital, had 2 surgeries, can't really sit up and be as mobile as you used to. And then now you're like hands off on a lot of things that you are hands on. How was that?
It was tough because you feel like you the provider, you the protector,
Yeah.
and you just not there in the mix.
Yeah.
It just take your mind somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because you used to being that.
Yeah.
You used to being the dad, the husband, the protector, the provider. So me not doing that, I felt like, what we gonna do now?
Yeah.
The muscle not there. So how we gonna move around?
Yeah. And thinking those thoughts and all of the things that you still needed before you got discharged from the hospital, did you understand what was happening in regards to being still, taking better care of your body? Like, was your mind even there, like, I got to do better, or you were still like going through the motions of it all?
It was both.
Okay.
It was the whole thing of, how we gonna survive, and then am I gonna even be alive? Am I gonna, make it through this whole process? Because at first, being at Loyola, they didn't say, I needed a new heart right away.
Okay.
They were going through their emotions as well.
Yeah.
Do we restore his heart? Do we try to salvage his heart? Do we go with stents? Do we go with LVAD?
Yeah.
It was a lot of options on the table.
Yeah.
They're
trying to explore their options as well. So nobody was going in with a definite,
Right.
we need to do this. It was kind of like not a waiting game, right? I don't want to say
But it was, though. It was
Yeah.
definitely a waiting game.
Okay.
Because they wanted to analyze everything, they had and figure out what the best option was. Whether it was to stay admitted, wait on the heart, get the LVAD surgery, but then you get the LVAD surgery, that's another surgery if you get a heart. So it's like, that's an added on surgery,
Yeah.
a major surgery.
Yeah.
So it was a real emotional roller coaster, and then, when visit hour was over, you in there alone.
Oof. Yep.
And all you hear is these buzzings, these over the PA talking all night. You hearing all these cold blues, cold reds. The only thing in my mind was like, well, when my cold blue gonna come? Because I was in that mind state like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Right. You like literally in my next. Yeah. And that's real though, because one thing about visiting hours, when you have people there with you, they are there to like get your mind off of the worst thing that can happen. But at some point in time, we had to go home, and then it was you there by yourself. So outside of thinking all of the thoughts, what else would keep you motivated, inspired to shake the negative thoughts of when my code blue or my code red? What did you substitute that with?
Well, when my mom was going through what she went through in 2024 and 2023, y'all was there.
Yeah.
So I always spoke positivity into everything.
Okay.
Even though the situation, we knew what it was going to be, I never allowed no negativity to creep in and try to like steal the shine.
Yeah.
Like, we going to fight through this. We going to do what we got to do. We going to win this battle.
Yeah.
We going to win this war.
Yeah.
But we going to take it battle at a time.
Yeah.
First battle was, what do we do as a team collectively? Because it wasn't just the team decided on my best option. It was what I wanted to do too. So as a collective, battle one, what we going to do?
Yeah.
What's the best option for Brandon and longevity?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And do you feel that the people that you had caring for you and the people, holding you down? How did you feel, that support?
It was everything I needed,
Yeah.
because every day y'all came through.
Yeah.
Just friends, family,
Yeah.
the doctors, the nurses, everybody was there.
Yeah.
Phone calls, emails, texts, FaceTimes,
Yes.
everything.
That's
everything.
good.
I mean, all the support that was around, that was coming to see me, that was coming to call me. It always kept me above, that whole drowning in my thoughts and,
Yeah.
keeping me away from, just living in my head so much, because you can get living in your head and allow so much negative and bad things to seek in that you think that's your reality.
Yeah.
But it's not, though.
Woo!
It's not. It's
That's
really
so
not.
good.
And then my faith in, God.
Yeah.
On the red, faith in the
How
higher
was
power.
it pre-July 19th, 2025?
I always, had faith and,
Yeah.
always believed in a higher power for sure.
Yeah.
But I think in that time with what happened with my heart, it was to the point where, like, okay, now I got you where I want you.
Woo!
You
Won't he do that?
You can't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
You can't leave this room. You ain't even got a bathroom to go to. You got to go to this commode.
Yeah.
You can't go
That's
nowhere. I got
so
you right here.
real.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't going nowhere.
I got you right here. You ain't going nowhere.
Wow.
Now you can hear me clearly.
Woo! Yeah. And what
sure.
were you hearing him say to you?
You need to slow down. I do move fast. I
Yes.
definitely do.
Yeah.
And mine be going at 100 miles an hour. Ideas just be, spitting off.
Flowing.
It be flowing, and I be
Yeah.
wanting to act on each and every one.
That's right. Yeah.
But sometimes you got to slow down and think outside the box and look at it. Lauren always tell me that, like, you got to slow down.
Yeah.
Look at what you got, dissect it first,
Yeah.
and then decide if that's what you want to do.
That's so
with
good.
anything.
Yeah. So now you've been in the hospital for quite some time. You've had 2 surgeries. What takes place after the second surgery? What happened?
So after the surgery, before the surgery, before the major surgery, I'm gonna say, when they took the impeller machine that was helping pump my heart, when they took the impeller out of my groin and put it in my shoulder, it's a 1% chance that you can either bleed out, have a clot, or some other medical things that could happen for the worst.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I ended up falling in those 1% chances and caught a clot in my right leg before the heart.
Yeah.
So now this the third surgery.
Jesus.
The clot is so big that they had to do a fasciotomy where they open you up on your right side and your left side of your calf.
Okay.
And go in your main artery and go in there and get the clot out manually.
Goodness.
So that was a whole, basically like a stop or like a slowdown to the major surgery, because now this has to heal
almost like
in
a setback
sense.
from the major surgery that is to take place. You
So
like,
now,
dang.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So that happened. And then they decided, well, let's go to the whole stent route to see if we could put stents in the arteries that, are down. But the day of the surgery, when they wanted to do it, they came and said, we're going to back away from that idea because we don't want to put stents in the arteries and then no life happens. It's just like saying, looking at a tree and they put stents in a branch and no leaves don't grow.
Okay.
They didn't want to go that route.
Okay.
So,
and it just seems like it's very refreshing to hear doctors making these decisions with care and giving rationale to where you can understand and where you agree.
Yep.
You know how we are and our culture is. We'll do something, fix it.
Yeah, you already know,
Why you ain't?
Exactly.
We become the doctors. We
Right,
become
right.
the experts. And it's just like, you don't have your degree in this.
Exactly,
You didn't go
exactly.
to school for this. So it seems like you had a trust with what the doctors were saying as well. And that was good too.
And the support of, all of y'all being around.
Yeah.
All of us, just being around supporting, and trying to figure out, what would be the best for longevity.
Yeah.
So me and Lauren had a long sit down about it, and we were just like, well, maybe not going the stent route ain't so bad, because if it ain't going to work, then that's a surgery that was wasted. So.
And I love how every single step of the way, I gotta give my sister a shout out.
Big shout out to her.
Y'all like this, and it's amazing to see how when them vows bow. Hello, married couples.
Yes.
This is what we're talking about. For better or for worse, in sickness and health, for richer or for poor.
Facts.
That's when the vows bow. What y'all doing? Are you leaving? Are you saying, oh, I'm stressed out too? He all know. So I want to shout out my sister because I love hearing you say, Lauren said, Lauren told me, me and Lauren talked. Like every single step of the way with your health journey, she was right there in the know.
10 toes.
Woo! They don't make them like her no more. I'm just saying. But that's so good because it goes back to the support and it goes back to who's showing up for you when your mind ain't 100% there. It's on other things when your body, you know, I'm like, you're a whole dad with 2 kids and you're in the hospital.
Like I said, you know, being a muscle, you know, you doing your ins and outs, doing what you got to do. And for me not to be there, Lauren had to do everything.
She had to do that.
And she was holding it down.
And she held it down. She did that indeed. So 3rd surgery, you what happens after that? You get healed up?
Well, it was a long process because even with the whole healing part, I had a setback within that. My leg had gotten so swole. They had to take the staples out of the inside of the right calf.
You remember that?
Yeah, it was just
we like,
swollen.
Come on now.
Right. So what they end up doing is putting me on a wound vac. A wound vac is used for wounds that need help closing. It's usually used for people with gunshot wounds. So basically it'll bring the new surface of the new skin and meat up under there to the surface. So it helps close the wound. So now I got the impeller and I got the wound vac. I can't go, these are my buddies. Like I'm talking to them every day. Like, good morning. What's up, impeller?
Y'all here right here with me.
What's up, wound vac?
You know, good night.
You know, that was just us
Another
three.
morning.
You know, it was crazy. And then
let's make it great. Yeah.
All the pumps I had, sis. Like I had at one point I had 9 pumps, just all different types of medicine.
Yeah.
So it was
around the clock.
Around the clock. It was scary. Yeah. It was definitely scary. You know, every time I look over at it, like, man, am I gonna make it through this, man?
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah. And talk about the time of you weren't able to sleep sometimes.
Yeah, so the first week I just could not go to sleep. I close my eyes and then like a shock would come over me or something, just like wake me up, you know. And then, like I said, the PA system just going off all night. The pumps beeping because I need new medicine. It's just I couldn't sleep. I mean, the first week I probably got a total of 10 hours out of 7 days because I just couldn't sleep. They was giving me sleeping pills, the melatonin, antidepressants. I'm like, nothing, because I'm scared to close my eyes. Like, am I gonna wake up the next day? You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, so. But that's real. And the reason why I pointed that out was because things that we take for granted every day. Yeah, some people could easily go to sleep, easily get 10 hours in a day, but in this position, you like, I can't even sleep.
I can't sleep. I got so much on my mind.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I'm emotional. You know, I'm steady having dreams about the crib, like something going on. It'll be 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up from a crazy dream. I'm calling Lauren like, yo, y'all good?
And she's like, we're fine.
Right. Make sure the door locked, you know, check the patio, you know, look in the rooms, you know, it just.
Yeah, all the things that you would do.
Right, because I'm not around, you know, I'm nervous now. Yeah. You know, I'm thinking stuff popping off. You know, I'm thinking, you know, crazy stuff going on. You know, it just, even a couple of times I text y'all early in the morning because I just couldn't sleep.
Just, you know. Yeah. So now we get the green light to have a heart transplant surgery. But before we get the green light to the surgery, what wraps around your mind with heart transplants? Were you already familiar with how it worked? Were you already knowledgeable about the process and everything? So for families that watch this show and they are finding themselves in a similar predicament, you needing a heart transplant to receiving a heart transplant. Talk about that. So
before that, I had a scare. I cold blood. You know, I really did cold blood.
So the thing that you thought could potentially happen,
and it did.
it happened.
It happened.
Okay.
Yeah, it happened. It was like around 4:00 in the morning. The nurse was getting me prepared to get up because in the ICU on the second floor, shout out to second floor ICU in Loyola.
Yeah.
They get you up, get you in the chair, get you breakfast so the doctors can see you. They start around it at like 6 in the morning. So my nurse was getting me together and she looking at my monitor, right? But you know, I'm always in a joking state.
Right.
And she's like, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm okay. I feel fine. I'm not supposed to feel fine. Like, what's going on? You know, what's wrong? The monitor say something?" And she say, "It kind of do." You know.
You're like, well, what is that?
I'm like, "Well, what it say?"
Yeah.
You know, but I'm still like in this joking mode, right?
Yeah.
She's like, "You sure you're okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. You want me to do some jumping jacks?"
Right.
Just messing with her
Yeah,
the whole time. My the line that's monitoring your heart is supposed to just be, but now it's going like. She like, it's something wrong. And so I say, now that you say that, I do feel kind of weak, you know, like what's going on? Because I'm kind of sitting up in the bed, but I'm feeling kind of weak. Now, like, now that you say that, like, yeah, I am feeling kind of weak, you know. And she's like, yeah, something wrong. So she hit some, I don't know what she did, but I'm swear to you, since they came in like SWAT. Like one nurse peeked his head in. He ran in and it was like how CPD come around the corner. Like, like before you knew it, it was like 12 people in the room.
Oh my goodness.
But now the line is getting worse. It's getting, you know, it's going even faster. It's dropping. And I'm like, yo, like I really don't.
Yeah.
They're like, you got a bad rhythm right now. It's out of rhythm. And if I don't get you out of it, you're going to go into cardiac arrest.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm alive in my cold blue.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I'm woke in my cold blue.
Looking at him, talking to him.
So Robbie, shout out Big Robbie, one of the nurses. He say, man, I got to give you this shot to kind of put you to sleep. Hurry up, because we got to shock you. I'm like, shock what? You about to the whole.
Oh my God.
You know, I'm messing with him, but still about to croak.
You crazy. You sitting out here making jokes in the damn cold blue.
He say, yeah, I got to shock you, bro. I got to hit you with it.
Okay.
So he put whatever it is they shoot you with to make you go to sleep. So I'm fading.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, they hit me with it, and I let out this loud roar. It's just, oh my God, it's just a feeling that,
what?
Man, I don't want nobody to feel.
Yeah, but you could never forget that feeling.
Never.
My goodness.
Never. And when I mean, like, I couldn't rest for like 24 hours. I ain't want to go to sleep.
Oh, I can imagine.
I didn't want to. I was scared not to wake up.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, I was just scared that was going to be it.
Yeah.
I closed my eyes this time, and then I ain't going to see nobody else. So, yeah, it was
crazy.
Scary. It was scary. Yeah.
But you received great news.
I received great news. So, Saturday, it was October 6th. Y'all was at a wedding or
funeral.
Yeah, a funeral. Yep. Yeah, it was crazy.
We were at a funeral.
It was crazy because y'all was
family.
At a funeral and then y'all was going to a wedding the next day.
Yep, that is right.
Yeah. So, that morning, Saturday, October 6th, my doctor, Dr. Macaluso, shout out to Macaluso, he came in with his assistant. It was a Saturday, so they don't really round with all the nurses and stuff, you know, on the weekends. It just be the doctor, their assistant, and then maybe one student.
Okay.
You know. So usually Macaluso, he come in, you know, he do his thing, he say what he got to say, and then he's gone.
Okay.
But this day, he came in, he sat down, he crossed his legs, got on his phone. We always talk about football because he's a Notre Dame guy.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm giving him crap about Notre Dame, just talking, you know, crazy to him. And, you know, we just, you know, kicking it. He asking about the kids. And I'm like, yeah, you know, Layla, you know, she got the tryouts for the travel team. You know, she doing good. You know, Brayden doing soccer. You know, everything is good, you know. But I'm not noticing how chill he is. He usually just come in, he just, you know, do his thing and he gone. He sat in there with me for like 20 minutes this day. And it's a Saturday. You know, they really be trying to get in to
get out.
But I'm not noticing his, you know.
You just thinking y'all kicking it.
Just kicking it, you know.
Yeah.
So they leave, they do their thing with other patients. And later on that night, I'm watching Netflix and the phone rang. they always tell you keep your phone on ring because they're going to call you when they got a transplant.
Okay.
And I'm going to back it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I was in a room near the nurse's station, but it was just so loud,
Yeah.
you know, and every time somebody come on the floor, they got to walk past my room. So I complained about the noise, and they moved me to the room.
Okay.
Now, the room they moved me to is the lucky room.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah,
okay.
So 2 people before me was in this room, and they got transplants.
Wow.
Yep. So when I moved to this room, they was like, "Oh, you in the lucky room?" You know?
Oh, okay. Wow.
So all right, fast forward back to the 6th.
Yeah.
That night around 6:00, I get the phone call like, "Hey, I'm such and such from Loyola." She say, "I want to call and let you know I got you a heart." I instantly broke down.
Wow.
Like I was just boo-hooing like crazy, like because I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You know, I just like, what? Like,
yeah, because I want to know if you know or have an estimate. You know, when you were admitted and you had the additional surgeries prior to, they were playing around with all of these options. A mention of a heart transplant, but they didn't want to go that route necessarily yet.
Right. So they wanted to do the whole LVAD. LVAD is kind of like the heart outside the body. But with LVAD comes a lot of restrictions.
Okay.
You can't submerge in water.
Okay.
You can't take long showers. You really can't get your incision wet. Can't get the machine wet because it's not water resistant.
Yes.
You could put like a shield around it while you're in the shower, but you can't take long showers.
Okay.
You know, so it's a lot of restrictions that come with it. Certain stuff you can't do.
So when you and Lauren make the decision to the heart transplant, how long was the wait? You know, you being in the lucky room and all of that.
I would say it was about a month and a half.
Wow. Wow.
About a month and a half.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because sometimes I know you hear it can be way longer.
It could be years, yeah. And it all depends on blood type, too.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
You got A, you got B, then you got O. Well, by the grace of God, I got a red blood type. I'm type AB positive.
Wow,
so I can receive an organ from an A, a B,
or B.
or O.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, I'm learning because I didn't know that's how that worked. I thought it had to be like an exact match.
Yeah, it only need an exact match, I believe, if you were just A positive, B positive, or O. You got to get exactly from that.
Got you.
And so,
but because you had this hybrid thing going.
Right.
This rare
breed.
Yeah, rare breed, huh? A month and a half.
Yeah, about a month and a half.
So they called you.
They called and they were like, you know, we got a heart. Like I say, I was just overexcited. So once I got the news, I just was thanking God for an hour before I even called y'all. I was just like
glad about it. Love to hear that. Yeah, gratitude.
Relieved, you know, still in, shock, like they got a heart for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got a heart. And before that, the surgeons, they do different shifts. The doctors, they do shifts. So every doctor that I had was like, man, every night my phone is blowing up because of you, trying to offer you a heart. But even though it's a heart that matches as far as blood type, it has to be a person that wasn't sick. It has to be the right size. They got to be the right weight.
So they sorting through hearts.
Exactly. Yeah, I was getting about 4 to 5 phone calls a night.
Got you.
Saying we got a heart, y'all want to try this one out.
Okay.
We want to offer y'all this one, but again, it could have been some person that was a drug addict. It could have been a person that had underlying issues already.
Yeah.
So you can't get
not just any heart
that's sick.
Yeah.
It has to be something from a traumatic blow or instant death for you to receive any organ. Because they don't have just organs just sitting on the shelf. Like, yeah, we got this one for $4.99. Y'all want this joint? They don't have that, But yeah, they gotta. They have to have a heart that's basically healthy enough.
Okay.
And then it depends on age too. So, me being in the 30 to 40 age bracket, they figure because I'm younger, I have more longevity with an organ than someone that was older than me.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. That's good though. Wow. So So you get the phone call, gratitude. You call the family. You let the family know. We're all excited. We're like, let's go. How long is or how far apart is the phone call and the surgery?
2 days.
2 days.
On that Monday, September 8th, is when I went into surgery.
And how were you feeling the day of?
Nervous.
Yeah.
Nervous, really in the mind space of am I gonna make it? Because in the process of waiting on the heart, I was YouTubing, people's stories and how they got through and recovery.
You need to see it. You need to hear it sometimes because I can imagine you also feeling like, is this too good to be true?
And it did feel like that.
Yeah.
It did, for sure. It did feel like that. Like, who am I to deserve, a heart, So.
How long was the surgery?
Surgery was like 10 hours. I didn't wake up till like Wednesday night, like late Wednesday night, like 10, 11 p.m., something like that.
So you wake up with a new heart. In this particular time with you waking up from the surgery, how are you feeling?
I'm out of it. I'm exhausted. Like, they give you some of the strongest medicine on earth. Like, I was just really like waking up like, I know who there,
and then you
but I can't, I'm just...
I remember one particular time when we came up there to visit you. You were apologizing to us. You're like, please, I'm just out of it. We like, please, rest. We are here, but out of it. Yeah.
It was in those first 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
Was rough.
Yeah.
Like I say, because you just open. I got 4 tubes in me. I got a open wound on my chest. Now the impeller's up here, but now it's gone. So now that's healing.
Yeah.
When I initially wake up, the breathing tube is still in me. So it was just like, all right.
So now you're in recovery.
And the crazy thing about it is, when they took me to the OR, I'm just praying. I'm praying and praying, and all of a sudden it's just black. And I don't know, you don't know nothing,
Yeah.
But it got to a point where I guess after the surgery, you start waking up. I'm hearing stuff, but I don't know. Like, am I gone?
Yeah.
Am I, what I'm hearing? Am I dreaming?
Right.
Is this somebody real?
Right.
And I'm nervous in my head, but I can't move. I'm like, man, what is this? And then Wednesday night, I open my eyes and I see Lauren and her mom.
Yeah. That's amazing. And so you're in recovery. How long does the recovery take place?
Recovery is
heart
about a month. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, about a month.
And what takes place during recovery time for you?
They still want you to get up. They get you out of bed. They get you to walking to see how much you can do because they want to build the heart up. They don't want to put a bunch of stress on it, but they want to get you out the bed. They want to get you moving, get the blood flowing.
Okay.
Because at this point, I had been in the hospital bed for 60-some days. So you forget that you don't use these muscles within a certain amount of time. They just...
Once again,
they fold on you.
Things that we take for granted, like the ability to not be in a bed beyond our control for over 30 days, over 10 days, over a day. Yeah. You just been in the bed for so long, immobile, if you will. And now it's like, all right, we got to get you moving.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we start that because, like I say, the first 3-4 days is rough. So like that following week, we get out the bed, we get to walking. And I'm doing good with the walking around the unit. I'm kind of like pushing myself. They only want you to do 3 laps. I'm trying to do 6.
Look at you.
Right,
See?
It's just
doing the most again.
That fast moving. I can't help it though.
Slow down.
Exactly. Because I know I'm stronger, than what they think.
That's right.
Because you
You're
know your
like
body.
3.
Right. I can do 6.
Oh.
And I don't need this walker. Need this walker. You know what I'm saying? At first I did need it. I ain't gonna lie. Because I moved it the first time and I tried to, I was like, no, bring it back. Bring it here.
Actually, let me
get that.
Pass that back to me.
But, as time went on,
I
kind of kicked the walker to the curb and we know it was doing good. And then she wanted to, tomorrow we're going to come back and we're going to do stairs. I was like, okay, do some stairs.
Okay, stairs.
That ain't nothing, So she's laughing. She's like, oh, okay. All right. We're going to see. I'll see you in the morning. Keep that same energy.
For real.
So, like I said, it's getting better. The sleep is still horrible.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the support is still there. So whether I get 4 hours of sleep or 6 hours of sleep, I just know at 9 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be cracking because somebody going to be here.
Somebody going to be up in this room.
Right, we're going to be playing dominoes. We're going to be doing something,
Listening to music, cracking jokes, watching movies.
Exactly. So like I say, shout out to everybody that came through,
Yeah.
everybody that prayed, especially
Beautiful.
my immediate support system. Y'all was just there.
Ugh.
You know, y'all just uplifted.
Yeah.
You know, you brought joy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good.
So we we graduated to stairs.
Yeah. Okay.
So we going to stairwell. So she like, y'all just want you to do these 4 steps. I'm like, all right, no problem. First step, all right, hold on. That was practice.
You like
That was practice. But no, trying to do 4 stairs took me out. Like I did them 4 stairs within like 5 minutes maybe. I had to come back down, and I was like, I'm ready to go lay down.
Wow.
It was exhausting. Like once you have a major surgery, like a heart surgery or a lung surgery, the recovery is crazy. Like you just lose a lot of what you had.
Yeah.
Like muscle memory, your core, your
Yeah.
breathing, you know, little things like you say that
we
you take for granted. You know, you don't even know that how big this is once you lose it.
Jesus.
You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it was hard.
Yeah.
It was rough. You know, and I was thinking in my head, like, now I'm gonna be a step slower. Will I be able to play basketball again?
Yeah.
Can I coach again?
Right.
You know,
right.
am I
All the
gonna be-
things that you used to do.
Exactly. You know, am I gonna be able to still be the same dad?
Mm-hmm.
You know, to be active, swimming, playing ball. You know, just being dad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I had to take those therapies and those recoveries serious. You know, so every day they came, I knew it was go time. Let's go. Even before waiting on the
Wow.
heart, you know, I had to get up and move around to
Yeah.
the point where I was using my scooter that when I tore my Achilles, I had Auntie San and Auntie Karen bring up the scooter so I can move around the unit. And everybody in the unit was like, man, you got some heart in you, because everybody else would have just gave up if they couldn't walk. I was like, no, bring the scooter. I can scoot on one leg.
Okay.
You know, because I was dealing with this whole fasciotomy.
Yeah.
Leg was still swole.
Yeah.
I really couldn't put no weight on it.
Yeah.
You know, so I would just put this leg on the scooter and scoot around the unit.
Wow.
You know, to the point where it got from going around just the unit to, okay, let's go to the elevator.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, let's push it a little further.
Wow.
you
Okay.
know, because I wanted the best out of me.
Yeah.
You know, when I told Layla that I needed a new heart, she instantly broke down on it, to where I almost broke down on the phone.
Yeah.
You know, we was on FaceTime, and I was like, you know, Daddy need a new heart. And
Yeah.
she instantly just,
Yeah.
it hit her.
Yeah.
You know, and I had to tell her, like, you know, pick up the phone, look at me.
Yeah.
Just like in basketball,
Yeah.
just like in anything else.
Yeah.
You know, it's a war. We're going to win this battle. Say
Period.
it with me. We're going
Yeah.
to win this battle. And I
Yeah.
just kept telling her, keep saying it.
Yeah.
Keep saying it. We're going to win this battle.
Yeah.
We're going to win this battle.
Look at you, coach, but the
Right.
coach being a coach for himself. But literally,
Yeah.
you're like, everything that I teach these girls,
Yeah, I
everything
practice
that
it.
I talk to, it's my
in
turn
me.
now.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the test for me
Yep.
now.
And even them, you know,
Yeah.
they making boards, they sign it, they sending videos,
Yeah.
you know, Lauren going live at the games.
Yeah.
I'm coaching from the bedside.
In the comments,
Right,
crazy.
I'm hollering. Nurse coming in like, what's going on? Get out. I'm coaching. FaceTime coaching. You know?
Yeah.
But it was just the motivation.
Yeah.
You know, if I could see them get out here every day and push
That's
and have
right.
fun, I could do the same.
That's right.
I could do the same.
Yeah.
So I had to just push through all that, you know. And like I said, with my mom went through,
Yeah.
pushing her, you know, it's only going to drive me to push myself.
That's right. That's
you know.
right.
So I took all of that, and just every day I was just using it, you know, one day at a time. Like, you just got to push
Yeah.
through it. You got to fight more. You
Yeah.
know, you did 6 laps yesterday, you got to do 7 tomorrow. Even though everybody's like, don't be pushing it.
Okay,
and
don't do
You need
too
to slow
much
down.
now.
You know. I hear y'all elders. I hear y'all. You know.
Because you was stressing it
Right.
out. Don't
I
do
always
too
do.
much.
I always do. Always.
But good. So surgery happened. Recovery is recovering. And you get the notification that you get to get discharged from the hospital.
Yep. So they got a floor in Loyola called 5 Tower.
Okay.
When you move up to 5 Tower, that means you're doing really good. You know, you completed the surgery. You've been doing your rehab. You know, that's the last floor before you go home. So I stayed on 5 Tower for like 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then I went home. I went home at the end of October, right before Halloween, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good to be home.
Yeah.
Take them trick or treating, to see
Yeah.
them. You know,
Yep.
it felt good.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the first time I had been outside in like 70 some days. You know,
Fresh air.
As soon as I got outside, I wanted to just get on my knees and hit the ground like, oh man, like, cause I had been in the hospital, just breathing in ACL,
just hospital air.
You know, and then when y'all come, y'all like, man, it's hot outside. I'm just mad, like everybody having fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sitting in here eating hospital food. You know, then they got me on a liquid diet. One time I was so mad.
Yeah, I remember.
I can't eat no food.
Yeah, I remember.
What's this? Liquid potatoes. What they do that at? What is this? Why is it so thick? I can't swallow this. I was so mad. I was so mad. Everything was like gelatin. I was like, ugh, like I can't do this, man. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
Y'all coming in with Portillo's. I'm like, bro, let me get a beef.
Let me get that
Let me
beef.
get some, bro. Like,
you can't eat that.
Man,
you can't
let me get a kid gyro or something. Like, man,
you can't
where y'all
eat
finna
that.
go? Y'all finna go to Papados. I can't even eat seafood, but bring some.
You can't eat that.
I was mad,
yeah.
you know, but at the same time, it was humbling.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like I said, God sat me down and was like, I need you here because I need to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I need to show you that, yeah, you've been doing good, you know, but I need you to do something else. You know, I need you to listen to me more. You know, you've been doing it your way for so long. Why don't you try my way?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
And that's good. Now you're doing it His way.
Yeah, for sure.
Praise God.
For sure.
And we love that. And I think your story is a true testament of God's grace and His love, and why it's important that the things that we're able to do when we live this life on a day-to-day, like, you can't take anything for granted.
No.
It don't matter how small it is or how big it is, and just being mindful of just basking in the presence. The familiar term is stopping to smell the roses, but it's that, right? Like, yes, our minds can live in the future or the past, but why don't we just take a minute right now to just stop and just express gratitude? Things could be way worse.
Yeah.
Things could be way better. But where I am right now, I'm grateful.
Yes.
And for the ability to be back home with your wife, with your kids, moving around, you know, walking, all of the things. Like, yes, your life is not exactly the same pre-July 19th, but you're still able to do some of those things. And I think the greatest blessing is going into the hospital and coming out healthy.
Yep.
Whole.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
You know, just to get back to the start of the season with Layla, like, I was just praying that, like, man, please, if I could just get up out of here before the season start. You know, to be there, support Layla.
Yeah.
You know, just to be there.
Yep.
You know, because that was my
She
biggest
will want
thing.
you there. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she was really concerned. Every chance she got to come up there, she would. She'd come check me out. You know, we'd be texting, we'd be calling.
Yeah.
You know, with Braden, he didn't understand, you
Fully.
know, detail and fully, but he knew something was wrong. Like, to the point where he didn't want to hug me at a certain point, because he thought he would hurt me, because he's seen all of the tubes and, you know, everything that's on me, all the cords, and he was just like, you know, standoffish, you know. But I think he was more concerned of, I don't want to hurt him. I don't want nothing to happen to him. You know? So at first I wasn't understanding it, like, damn, my son looking at me different, you know. But I had to look at it from his perspective, like, it's kind of scaring him, because he really don't know what's going on. We coming to see daddy every day. He usually at the house. Why is he in the hospital?
Yeah, why has he been here so long?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So any families that may be dealing with a similar situation as this, and you being a person to come out on the other side, what are some words of inspiration that you would want to give to someone that may be experiencing it, whether they're the person that needs the heart transplant or they are the loved one of someone that needs one?
Never give up hope. You know, never think that this is the end all be all, you know, because, you know, before having a transplant and having a donor, you really don't think about it because you're not in that situation. But going through it, it's like never give up hope because, I done been through it. So
Yeah.
it's just like, just stay positive.
Yeah.
Always, always, always count on yourself to be
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and to get better,
Yeah.
because it possibly can, it's a very high chance that, you will make it out of this situation, and things will get better
Yeah.
as long as you do things the right way.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I went up there to visit the nurses on both ICU, third floor and second floor ICU for cardiovascular.
Yeah.
And when I went to the third floor, one of the nurses, Miss Starr, she asked me like, can you do me a favor? And I was like, sure, what's going on? I need you to talk to one of my patients. His name is Brian. He's 25. And it's crazy because when I was on the floor and I was on the unit, I was the youngest guy
Were you
on the floor. I was the youngest guy that had been there in a long
And
time.
how old were?
And I'm 39. And a lot of people was like saying like, man, you young, you young for having this heart, problems, having heart attacks. Like,
Yeah.
you young, you look good, And I was just like, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
But then to come visit the people that took care of me
Yeah.
night and day, 24/7,
Yeah.
and to see a younger guy than me,
Younger.
I was just like, ugh,
Yeah.
it hurt me, but it was like a full
Yeah.
circle moment.
Yep.
And I told him, I know, sometimes it seemed dark in here. It seemed like you just here by yourself because family got to go in and out.
Yep.
But understand, it's going to get better.
That's so good.
It's going to get better. These doctors, Dr. Lebo, Dr. Macaluso, Dr.
The
Raja,
doctors you can name.
man, all of them was very thorough and very like strategic and direct on, things that were going on,
Yeah.
making sure I'm informed,
Yeah.
communicated very well.
Yeah.
And I told them like, man, you got a really good team here. Nurses, doctors, everybody here work as one. And I say, don't never think that they not on your side. Trust me.
Yeah.
They doing everything possible to get you a new heart.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
just stay
that's so
positive in
good.
here. Stay positive. Don't
Yeah.
don't fall into that trap in your mind where like just negative thinking.
Yeah.
Like don't do
It's
it.
so easy.
'Cause it's so easy to
Yeah.
do because you in a situation where you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
So you feel like, this may be the end all be all. That take over more than that positivity. That's why I say you got to really push
Yep.
positivity and just keep that negative energy from around you.
Yeah.
At
That was so
all
good.
times.
That was so good that you did that because it's just like a symbolic, like you said, full circle moment. The fact that he was younger, but also he need to see it.
He need to see it.
Same
He's like, how
Yeah.
long was you in? I told him my story.
Yeah.
And I told him about surgery and I told him how rough, these surgeries and the recoveries be.
Yeah.
But if you willing to fight,
Yeah.
it's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
The pain is only gonna be temporary.
Yeah.
And with the support of your family, you can just count on that and
Yeah.
build on it.
Yeah.
Use it as stepping stones. I got the surgery, boom, all right, knock that out.
That's right.
I got the rehab, okay, let's go.
Yep.
Now I'm at home. I got a home health nurse. I'm back at home, but I'm doing PT at home.
Yep.
It's just steps. You just count days.
Yeah.
Counting days just
Yeah.
all the time, but making each day something, positive.
Yeah.
Stepping in the right direction every day.
Yeah, that's so good. And I just want to say thank you so much, brother, for coming on here to share your story, to talk about something that's so challenging. Like, you really don't know what people go through. You really don't know, like, we can't even imagine what those days were like for you, being in a hospital, bedridden, surgery after surgery, like some people coming in and not making it out, like all those different things that you were battling is a testament to your perseverance, your grit, your strength. The coaching himself, like on how to push through, because I always like to tell you, like, you are a phenomenal father. Like, love seeing you, how you move with your kids. You are a phenomenal husband, how you treat my sister, how my husband looks up to you as one of his, like, male role models, and how he always vocalized that Micah loves him some Uncle B. And just, like, how you show up for your family. There was no other way for us to be like, nah, we can't go up there. Like, I remember, I think when Will told me, but Lauren was like, we don't know anything, right? We didn't have all the answers yet. But I be looking at, you want to go visit him? Like, let's go. What we doing? What's on the schedule? Because that's what you needed. And I would tell Will, I'm like, he don't need nobody come, how you doing? You good? Oh,
Yeah,
no, we don't
yeah,
need
yeah.
that.
No,
All
no.
right. We
Right.
sit up here talking to the doctor about their favorite
Right.
rappers,
Exactly.
like, let's get some light in here, people.
Exactly.
Wake up.
Exactly.
But it
Yeah.
was so necessary and it was just so important because
It was
I just
uplifting.
know
Yeah. It
the
was.
mental.
Yeah.
The mental.
It's easy to fall into those dark
Yeah.
thoughts,
Yep.
and then I had them a lot.
Yeah.
Even now, it's not a day that go by,
Yeah.
where before I go to sleep, every night or
Yeah.
sometime in the day, I think about my hospital stay.
Yeah.
And death be on the mind.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I shake it,
Yeah.
because I'm blessed to be here.
That's
I was
right.
blessed with a heart, so
That's right.
I don't have time to really dwell in it, because I'm here for a purpose.
Yeah, you here for a reason, and you gotta tell the story, to share the story, to bear witness, like, of literally God's hand on your life and the goodness. Like, so that's why my whole point of you having you on the couch was for you to share that story, because it just amazes me to see you. I remember when I first saw you, and I know you were cold, feet freezing, legs swollen, and I just came and I just put my hand on your heart, and you just inhaled, and I was just like, it's gonna be okay. Like, somebody gotta do it for you, okay? but to be able to do that for you, or just like rubbing your head, your hair started growing back.
Yeah, that was
My
crazy,
brother
right?
is naturally bald, y'all. So to see him with hair on his head, who is this?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm just so grateful, and I'm just so glad, God had another say, and things look one way, God has another say, and I'm super, super grateful. So is there any last parting words you want to give the people?
Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
In the Black community, in the Latino community as well, it's been a study that it's been a lot of heart attacks and heart issues with people under 40 in our cultures. So I would say, keep going to get checked out.
Yeah.
You working a 9-to-5 job, you got insurance, use that insurance.
Yeah. Get
just
on that insurance.
Go get checked out. And do what you got to do as far as health wise. I ain't telling you what to eat, what not to eat. Because people gonna do what they gonna do.
Yeah.
But just get checked out.
Yep. Take care.
That's really a big thing in our cultures with heart failure and diabetes, which I have both.
Yeah.
So just go get checked out. And take care of yourself the best you can.
Yeah.
As far your kids too.
Yep.
Because it's crazy. Because at the beginning of 2025, I wore a heart monitor because I had told my doctor that I was feeling palpitations. I wore a heart monitor for 7 days in February. And then when I turned the heart monitor in, they said I was okay. But then in July, to have 2 full block arteries was like,
and back-to-back
crazy.
surgeries. What happened?
Right.
Wait a
Crazy.
minute. But that's why you keep saying, like, it just stopped. Like, the world stopped.
The world stopped.
Yeah. So I truly, truly hope, you guys, that you were inspired by my brother's story. God is good, and we give him gratitude and just thanks for all the many blessings that he has bestowed upon him in his journey in the hospital from July to October. And I want to encourage you guys to keep the faith, keep manifesting, keep journaling, keep up with your health, and just pay attention to all the things. The body speaks louder than anything else.
Facts.
So you got to be still enough to know what the body is doing. Until then, you guys, tune into the next episode. Share with me, share with my brother words of encouragement. Like, share, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.